Welcome to MMA on the Rocks. My name is Bill Welker, and you are listening to Picks and Pours, episode 70. Today is Thursday, August the 21st. Summer has come and gone in the blink of an eye, although it's always summer here in Florida. We got a lot of MMA action to talk about. UFC 319 last week, UFC Shanghai coming up this Saturday in Shanghai, China at the Mercedes-Benz Arena. Before we get into any of that, let me introduce from all the way across town, Matt the mechanic. What's going on, Matt?
Not much. Just enjoying my Thursday. Just got off the bicycle, and it's a good day.
Nice. What'd you do? Like a 26 mile?
Yeah, mine was like 20, but
That's not bad. You gotta aim for 26 for the week. Get a marathon in.
oh, we did that. That's the last training session before the trip, so
Oh, okay.
we're ready to go.
Are you bringing your bikes?
Nope, but that's the
okay.
only way you can work the legs here, or I can, I guess.
Yeah, I've been walking in the morning with a weighted vest. I've been kind of enjoying that.
Yeah, I thought about it, but then I just thought, well, I'll just go to work and carry shit around.
Yeah, I mean, same, right?
Mm-hmm.
How do you like my hat?
I like it.
These are
New logo, huh?
Yeah, new logo. The hats are going to be available pretty soon. I'm just ironing them out some details with the supplier. And I got a little something else here. I got some Bardstown Bourbon Company rye, Origin Series rye, fresh crack. Let's hear the pop. Nice pop.
Nice. Is that from your trip, or you picked that up around here?
No, I got this at Publix, actually. They just started carrying it. So I'm going to pour a little taste of this in my new whiskey glass here.
Oh, I got to get one of those. I'm going to pass on the hat because my head doesn't fit hats. So,
all right. Well, this is one size fits all.
Yeah.
Bardstown Bourbon Company, probably my favorite rye on the market right now, and Publix has it for a great price. So I'm going to celebrate. Cheers.
Cheers.
What are you sipping on over there?
Penelope.
Penelope.
Okay.
Did you really think it was Penelope?
Sounds more manly.
Yeah, they do have a girly ring to it, and
the bottle doesn't help. I remember the first time I brought one out back home. Stacy, my wife, looked at me and goes, what the hell are you drinking? It's like some bachelorette party drink.
That's not as bad as, I don't think I even have the bottle anymore. They make a rosé cask whiskey, and it's in like a glass bottle with a pink label.
No, I've seen it.
Yeah,
it's good whiskey though.
Yeah, it is. It's just, I gotta send my wife in to buy it.
I don't care.
And drink it out of an old boot. Anyway, I've got some news. You already know, but
hold on.
I decided that chickens. Decided that chickens aren't enough.
Oh man, I missed it. Where is that?
Wah wah.
Yeah, go for it. I don't have it.
All right. So I decided that chickens aren't enough.
Oh, here it is.
Old man Welker had a farm. Yeah, so we added a new member to the family this past weekend, and we welcomed Dolly Pupton, our new puppy that my daughter picked out and named. And you got to meet her today.
Yeah, I got to meet the cute little thing today. She's going to be a nice addition to your household. I'm not a fan of that style of dog most of the time, but I think it's just because so many people have not that type, because I've never seen that breed of hypoallergenic dog. So it's exciting.
Yeah, I didn't want to go the poodle mix route, So and the wife and I have always wanted an Australian Shepherd, but I can't have one because of my allergies. So Dolly's a mix Australian Shepherd and Bichon Frise. I think that's how you say it anyway. That's how my wife says it, so I'm gonna go with that. But
I think that sounds about right. My wife always watches the the pet or the dog show, and I think a couple years ago that was the hot dog.
it sounds right. I mean, they're kind of poodle-esque, I guess.
Mhm. I always think
But
about that. One of the dog foods you see at the store has a Bichon on the front of it, and
mm,
it's kind of linked to that. I think it's Caesar's dog food.
yeah, I think you're right. Um, yeah, so got a new puppy. My daughter's been on cloud nine ever since she came home. Like she doesn't want to be apart from her. So um, it's awesome. It's been almost 7 years since we've had a dog in the house. So it was about time. We've always been dog people. So
Yeah,
um,
I've been busting your balls for a while to get a dog.
yeah,
It's hard
yeah,
to believe it's been 7 years because I did meet your last dog, so that's
yeah,
crazy.
yeah. It's been a while because Ariana was not even one yet when we lost her. I think, or maybe she was one in a little bit. So maybe it was 6 years.
Mhm.
Either way, it's been too long, but Ariana's at a good age now where she can take on a little responsibility. So far, she's been great
How's the
walking the
potty
dog.
training going? How many dumps have you had in the house?
Actually, not too many. She's taken to going to the bathroom outside pretty quick.
Yeah. And at least that side of the dog, the poop isn't going to be that big. It's not going to be that big of a disaster at this point.
Yeah, yeah. I did find one hidden in my daughter's playroom earlier. Uh,
Yeah, sometimes you just got to go behind the play set and let one out.
yeah, yeah. Right behind the crafts table.
Hey, I mean, we have a hobo that's doing that at my job at night. So every morning we come in into the wash bay where the cars get washed, and there's a hobo shit on the ground. So
Where they just pressure wash it down the driveway.
yeah, right. I mean, at least they are doing it in a very close area to the drain. So I guess, but
Eh, you know,
it's when everybody wants to give San Francisco stuff, shit, I guess, because there's shit all over the streets of San Francisco. Well, I
yeah.
got shit at work, so
At least he's doing it like somewhat in private. I guess he could
there's a
go.
woods directly behind us.
Yeah, I was just gonna say he could have gone in the woods, but there's something calming about that concrete. I guess sits there and reads his hobo newspaper.
All right, we've beat around the bush long enough.
You ready to make do on your bet? So for those who didn't listen last week, I decided I wanted to make a bet with Matt, and he was breaking my balls about not eating any of the eggs from my chickens yet. So he said that I had to pick a bet. I had to bet against him on one of his picks, and if I lost, I would have to eat a raw egg from one of my chickens. And I said there's got to be another side to this bet. So he said that he would shoot the egg if he lost the bet. So we went head to head in the main event. I decided you went with Drickus Duplessis, and I went against my gut and picked Chimaev, thinking full well I was gonna be chugging some chicken butt nugget here live on the air. But lo and behold, Kamzat dominated all 5 rounds of that fight. Um,
And here I am. I mixed it with my favorite Worcestershire sauce. I don't
okay,
know if you're familiar with W sauce,
I'm not.
but if I highly recommend if you like Worcestershire, there is a new generation out there. It's at
Oh,
Publix.
okay. Yeah, it's just been the one brand for the longest time.
Lee Perkins. But anyway, you hand delivered this egg earlier today.
Yeah.
Uh, my dog is gonna very excited and probably gonna get the second one.
Okay.
But here, bottoms up.
All right.
Oh, tastes like an oyster. Oh, I was
Rocky
able to get it
Balboa
past without
style.
the gag. I didn't hit the gag reflex, so I think we're good.
All right.
But I'll let you know in the morning.
Yeah. Let me know if you lay an egg in the morning now.
Very interesting size eggs. I wonder if they'll change.
Well, yeah, because they're still pullets,
Yeah.
so they're still growing. We do have 2 chickens that are laying now. So we got brown eggs and blue eggs so far.
I always buy the blue eggs,
Mhm.
but I like the brown eggs that's mixed in with the blue eggs because you never get all blue eggs.
You get Happy Eggs?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the brand I get too.
I love the brown ones in the blue box.
Yeah, shout out to Happy Eggs. We're looking
Although
for a
the public
sponsor. We'll drink a
distribution's been pretty shit recently, and I get a lot of broken ones, but
If Happy Eggs sponsors us, I'll drink a raw egg on the show every week.
yeah, I looked that up. That is a drink that's actually called a what is it?
It's called a chicken abortion.
Prairie oyster.
Okay.
It was interesting to read, and it's often consists of raw egg, Worcestershire sauce, and ground black pepper. And it has it was used in the 1800s as how you served, treated a hangover in the 1800s.
Just a little shot of chicken embryo, fix you right up.
Yeah, I wonder why maybe they're like me. I don't like egg whites, but I wonder why it's just the yolk.
Yeah, probably because it's a little smoother and creamier and doesn't have
I
that.
don't know. It didn't really gross me out even close to as much as I thought. It was actually kind of tasty.
Oh yeah, well you got another one there if you want to. You
Don't
want to
push it.
chase her.
Yeah.
Chase it with another one. Yeah, I brought 2 in case one broke.
Well, I appreciate it. I might eat that. I make an egg sandwich every morning. I'll throw it on there.
There you go. That one is from my chicken named Ribeye.
Ribeye. What's the other one that's laying?
Brisket.
Did you name those 2?
No, I didn't. My wife named those 2. We have 2 Rhode Island red chickens, and I named them Hennessy and Ginger.
Not what I would have picked, but I don't know. It's what struck you at the moment, huh?
Yeah, well, Hennessy because it's a hen.
Do you even have some Hennessy at the old Welker bar?
No, I hate Hennessy. It's disgusting.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah, it's some rappers sang about it, and then for some reason it became like a top shelf drink, but
it's not a top shelf. It's a behind the shelf. It's like the $20 bottle that has to be behind the shelf.
Yeah. It's cognac. It's like an old man drink.
Yeah, every time I get the chance to speak to somebody about changing their drink, like, hey, would you like to try something else? And you could just dump it in that bottle.
Yeah.
So I've only had one person bite.
And
they got to have that Hennessy.
And did they like it?
I don't know. I saw them at the liquor store.
Oh, okay.
I didn't follow them home.
You should have.
Yeah, here, try this drink, and I'm going to come to your house too. Just mention.
Yeah. Like, hey, you just pop out of the bushes. Like, did you try it on the way home?
Did you try that drink?
Oh man. Anyway, I thought it was a great card last week. I mean, the main event got to be a little dull after a while because it was just 25 minutes of the same thing. But it was impressive nonetheless. I mean, for somebody to be able to do that to Drickus, who has insane cardio, to me, it looked like he had a little bit of a staph infection going on his chest. Not to make excuses for him or anything, but that can really drain the life out of you. For those who
I haven't heard him use. He hasn't mentioned that. The only excuse I've heard him mention is his coach saying that they didn't think about those crucifix, which sounds kind of silly.
Yeah, he didn't really seem to know how to escape it. Like he would.
I mean, I love the fight. I thought the card was exciting up front, and so watching a total domination I mean, that it was a total domination.
Oh yeah, there's
And
no other way to put it.
I've been on the mats long enough to know how hard it is to hold that big of a person down like that. Like that
For
ain't
sure.
easy. And that's like holding a blue belt that size down, let alone the champion of the world. But
Yeah, who submitted Adesanya, arguably, you know, one of the best to ever do it. Yeah, I mean, he's still an impressive athlete, and I mean, he's still going to have a great career. I think we'll see these two fight again. It's not going to be immediate because, of how one-sided it was, but we got
I disagree. I don't think, unless Hamza is going to be the champ for a long time, I don't ever see them making that fight again.
Really?
Why would they? I mean, if Hamza would have got a submission in round 1 or 2 or something, then sure. But this was just, I don't see that again.
Yeah, but then what do you do with Dricus if he wins like 1 or 2 impressive fights? Like he's still going to be ranked like number 1. Like I don't see him.
Yeah, maybe, but I just don't.
The way I see it going, so Renier, De Ritter, and Fluffy Hernandez are going to fight in October now. The winner of that's probably going to get a shot at Khamzat.
Unless Hamzat wants to fight in Abu Dhabi.
When is that?
October.
Yeah. Let's throw Share a Bullet in there.
No. I think we're setting up a Sean Strickland Hamzat fight at the White House. I think that's definitely on the drawing board this week.
I don't know. You think they'll allow Khamzat at the White House after his terrorist comments?
What terrorist comments?
Did you hear that? Well, he did an interview with DC, and DC was like talking about his skin color, and he's like, look at my skin is beautiful. It's not yours isn't. And he's like, I don't need good skin, brother. Women love terrorists.
Yeah, I don't think they have any problem. I think that would make it even better of a sell.
You think he'll get the clearance?
I think Trump is the guy that got him the clearance to go to Chicago.
Oh yeah, is that true?
Hadn't came to the States until that, and then all of a sudden, bing bang boom, there he is.
That was his first time fighting in the States?
I think since the last time Trump was president.
But he's been in the States because he's trained at the PI. I know him and Paulo Costa have a lot of bad blood, but I don't see that fight happening anytime soon. Yeah, maybe it will be Strickland.
I don't think Strickland's next. I do think next July we might be.
So De Ritter and Fluffy Hernandez, I imagine the winner of that's going to get a title shot probably in January, February, something like that. I don't know. You think I'm far off on that?
I gotta pull up the rankings. It all depends. It all depends on when he wants to fight. If he wants to fight in October, then it's who would it be?
Give me any time, brother. So then, all right, what do you do with Dricus then? Because he's beaten everybody in the top 5, except De Ritter. Cal Bajalio is going to be up there pretty soon too. Do you do Dricus and Robert Whitaker?
Haven't they already fought?
I don't know. You're the producer. You don't know?
I'm the guest picker. Thank you very much.
So
he fought in Florida,
he TKO'd Whitaker
actually in 22.
Yeah. So damn, what the hell do you do with Dricus now? Does he just move up to 205 and try his luck there? I mean, he's a pretty big dude.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah, looking at these rankings, like he's still a main event fighter. You give him Imavov coming off a loss. I guess
Yeah,
Dricus
that's
is coming off
exactly
a
what you
loss.
do. You give him one of these, like, there's a four-way tournament right now to fight Hamzat. You give him one of the guys that don't do well.
Brendan Allen would be fun.
You know,
Mike,
whoever's
Michael Venom Page
exciting,
would be a
whoever has the
fun
most
fight.
exciting fight is gonna fight Hamzat, and I think you give Dricus whoever won the other side of that little tournament they got going on, and but isn't the one that's getting the title shot.
I think it's going to be the winner of Derrida and Fluffy Hernandez. Personally,
I want to see D. Ritter fight Hamzat.
that would be cool. I wouldn't mind seeing MVP fight Hamzat.
Oh, I think MVP would be just as bad as last Saturday night.
You think?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. I thought Cannonier was going to be able to get him down easy, and he wasn't at all. He didn't get him down until the third round.
Hey, what do you think? Did we learn anything about Hamzat's cardio in this fight?
Yeah, I mean, he's improved by light years.
Yeah, so maybe going and spending some time with TJ Gillisald's boy was a good idea.
Yeah, he's got that EPO cardio now.
Yeah.
He might have seen all of Dillashaw's guys.
I don't know. I like when fighters, if they're gonna fight across the world, they take a lot of time and go get in the country where they're fighting. And Hamzat was there for a very long time, and I think that just helped.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, he's all in. He's all in for sure. And is he going to be able to maintain it now? Because now he's weaponized cardio, and he's going to be fighting 5-round fights for a while after this. I was
don't really
impressed.
know if that showed much of his cardio.
What, holding down Dricus du Plessis for 25 minutes?
No, man. It didn't look that hard. I mean, I know it's hard, but it didn't look like he was having that hard of a time.
He made it look easy, but that doesn't mean it was.
Well, all we can do is wait for the next one.
Yeah. So, besides Khamzat, who impressed you the most last week?
Oh, my fighting nerds friend did pretty well.
Prates?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. If it wasn't for Lerone Murphy, that would have been the most impressive finish of the night. But Prates' spinning back fist kind of bounced off the shoulder of Jeff Neal, so it didn't hit as clean as Lerone Murphy's elbow. That elbow was deadly. Like, Aaron Pico is going to have some long-term problems from that, I'm thinking.
Yeah, and another feather in the cap of the UFC.
Yeah, I mean,
at the expense of a fighter that chose money over competition and joined in Bellator, and now he's gonna pay for it.
I mean, he looked great up until the finish. Like, I was watching the fight with my nephews down in Fort Myers. We were staying at a hotel, went to go visit them, Ariana's cousins, who she adores. And they're big UFC fans. And I had just gotten done saying, like, wow, Pico is outstriking him. And then comes the spinning elbow.
Yeah, I mean, when I was watching it, I'm not a good striking analyst at all, but I always thought you weren't supposed to be like leaning forward so much, and it just looked like Pico was like leaning forward too much. And
it's a game of inches.
Yeah,
I mean, he was having success pressuring him, and that will cause guys to overextend a little bit because you start touching a guy and you want to get closer, and you start to lean a little more. It's a common problem. I work with strikers all the time and holding pads, and I can see it. Like, I can see the openings while I'm holding pads. I'm too old and slow to capitalize on it if I were fighting them, but my eyes still work, so I can tell guys, when they're overextending, especially on their crosses. It's a big bad habit to lean forward on the cross, and it takes a lot of conditioning to get rid of it. Like, I've tried a bunch of different tactics where I would tie like a big rubber band around a guy's waist and just have him on a heavy bag, just throwing across over and over and have the resistance like pulling him back a little bit. Um, but yeah, I mean, when you're touching a guy up, you start to feel invincible. So he was touching Lerone Murphy. He felt like he had the range. He didn't feel in danger, so he was overextending himself a little bit, and he paid for it. And Lerone got that extra hammer fist in right at the end too. That didn't help anything. That was lightning fast.
Yeah, that guy's fast.
That was reminiscent of Dan Henderson when he hammer fisted Bisping after he knocked him out.
Mr. Pratis is also getting a bit of some charisma. He's smoking a heater in the press conference afterwards.
I dig it. I dig it. I mean, it didn't help his cardio, I think, against Ian Gary, but I mean, he's definitely got that it factor.
Yeah, there's
People
something.
are gonna gravitate towards him. Like this guy's a badass. He he throws a spinning back fist and he's smoking a cigarette in the press conference.
Yeah, definitely somebody I would hang out with. If I was
Yeah,
gonna pick somebody on the card to hang out with, it would probably be him.
yeah. And
Definitely not Hamzat.
his English is pretty good too,
And the other one was the other guy I wanted to talk about, Mr. Tim Elliott. I might like to hang out with him too, because that guy.
dude. Talk about. I mean, I don't know what the hell he was doing in there. It was like Tony Ferguson. He was like breakdancing, switching stances, and Asakura was, staying composed, and then, it went to the ground and he was lost. Tim Elliott's got a nice guillotine, and 38 years old at flyweight is insane.
Yeah, I think he's just at the end of his career. He looked to me like he was just having fun. Like
Yeah,
he just looked like he was having fun.
yeah. And
He's
after
like,
a 2-year layoff or whatever it was, um, credit to him.
I hope if he wants to
MVP looked
continue, he
good.
doesn't wait 2 more years.
MVP with those 2 knockdowns of Cannonier, and Cannonier just didn't know what to do. He grabbed a hold of him, bullied him up against the fence, and MVP's just laughing in his face. I like MVP at middleweight.
Yeah, I wish he would have followed up on his shots a little bit more, but that's because I had MVP by knockout in my pick. But
Yeah, I mean, Cannonier's a tough dude to get out of there.
yeah, but I think when I was talking about last week is Page's speed is more useful at middleweight, and I think we saw that. Like, he's getting older, so what was he fighting? What is it? Welterweight. I think his speed is going to be better right here, and I would like to see him. I mean, he can fight anybody in the top 10.
Dude, MVP and Adesanya would be awesome.
Yeah, but aren't they buddies?
Are they?
I think
Damn,
they are.
you just crushed my dreams, Matt. You just crushed my dreams like you crushed that egg.
Yeah, but they're also two true martial artists, so they might realize how cool of a fight that is.
Yeah. MVP versus Kawahaya would be fun. MVP versus Strickland, just for the buildup alone, will be great.
That's a good. I mean, Strickland's going to need one more fight if he wants to even make the White House card a possibility, and that'd be a good one for him. Speaking of Strickland, did you see they did a suspension today?
No, what did he get suspended for?
Even he was at the local Vegas card a couple months ago. And he marched in the cage and punched the fighter in the face.
You can't be doing that shit, man.
Well, he got suspended for 6 months, but it's from the time of the incident. So I think, and then he can shorten it by a month and a half if he takes some anger management classes, which I think is a great opening show to put on the new Paramount deal. Like, record that, please.
Yeah, anger management too. Get Adam Sandler back.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that would be so great.
Imagine Adam Sandler and Sean Strickland.
So he's I think if he takes the class, which he's already said he's going to, he can fight into this October.
Yeah. So, I don't know how long he'll last in anger management.
I think it only actually said he had to take one class, which is kind of weird, but
yeah, do it.
Sure, I'll take a class.
Can he last one class?
I know Arman Sarukian was supposed to do that, and he didn't do it.
Mm.
Remember he punched the guy in the fan in the face on this
Oh,
walkout?
yeah. Yeah. Man, you can't be doing that shit. I mean, it was funny, like, Strickland running into the cage and kicking his flip-flops off and going after the guy, but come on, man. You were a UFC champion. This guy's some, local circuit
Yeah,
fighter.
but
What would
also, some people are just that you can't be doing that shit to those guys. They just ain't not gonna tolerate it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's true
he's
too.
gonna pay. He's got us suspended, but I don't think he really gives a shit. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. And
get him and Chris Curtis together. They're gonna.
I get it too, like, your fighter's in there that you're cornering and, he gets embarrassed and the guy was showboating a little bit. Emotions run high. I definitely wouldn't like that. If somebody was doing that to one of my fighters.
And even the fighter that got punched said, "Hey, it's not that big a deal. I was running my mouth."
Yeah. Yeah, it is what it is. Have those 2 do a grappling contest while Strickland is suspended or something.
But I would love to. Well, no, he's actually gonna. There's this influencer in Europe that's paying him $40,000 for for a sparring match. It says Sean Strickland has pillow hands and he could beat him easily.
Oh, okay.
And Sean Strickland's like, "Oh, no problem. We can do that."
Did you see Strickland grapple that he was like an NFL
Yeah, I saw that.
linebacker or something? Did you know that guy?
I mean, no, but he just looked like
Okay.
any normal linebacker.
But supposedly the guy was like a state champion wrestler in high school or something too. And he had like 100 pounds on Strickland.
I saw Strickland's also teaching the females MMA class at Syndicate, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I guess he can't fight, so what else can he do?
Yeah. You gotta make a couple bucks.
Anger management, female MMA, and spar some British bastard.
Sounds like a recipe for
Could
disaster.
you imagine saying that though? Like that guy, and the guy, I forget the streamer's name, but you can tell he actually thinks he can handle it. Like he's
You
like
know,
his last couple fights, he couldn't knock anybody out, and I'm like, yeah, that's Sean Strick. It's Dricus Duplate, Dricus is who he can't knock out.
mhm. Yeah. It's a different thing, man. These guys are on a different level. I've heard Jake Shields talk about like guys showing up at the gym and thinking like, "Oh, this guy's just a grappler. I can outbox him." And Jake will piece him up. Like it's it's just a different level. These guys are I think a lot of people don't understand. Like if you're training boxing and you're in a boxing gym and like maybe you're getting the better of guys that are pretty good, but are you going with guys like that at that high of a level and
Yeah,
on
but
that big of a
also,
stage?
these streamers get a lot of views from these things, and he's not the first one to do it. It's like the first money challenge. But
Yeah,
Strickland actually has a history of sparring streamers and not
yeah,
completely leveling them.
yeah. Who is that guy that I'm not familiar with these.
Sneeko, a guy named Sneeko, and there's another
Nico.
one. But then Ilya just sparred one of the Nelk boys and sent that guy to the moon.
Is that guy even a fighter?
No, no, he's just some
He's just
streamer that's made his money.
he's
There's
just
some
like a
breaking
hobbyist.
news before we
That
even talk about the card. I hope it's not true.
mm. Well, speaking of influencers, we might as well talk about this now. Um, Jake Paul is going to be fighting uh, Gervonta Davis. Did you
Yeah,
see
I
this?
saw that. You know what I thought when I heard that? Because I thought he was gonna fight. What's the heavyweight, the big heavyweight boxer? The
Which
big,
one?
nah, the super popular one.
Not
He
Tyson
was just
Fury.
champion, not Ngannou.
Anthony Joshua.
Yeah, he was supposed to fight Anthony Joshua, and now he's
That,
fighting this guy.
that would be
Kind
bad.
of found it the same way as Mike Perry's gonna fight Dave Mundell. Oh, never mind. I'm gonna fight this much smaller guy.
Yeah, yeah. And Perry even said, "I'm going to weight bully him." Like that's not cool. There's nothing like he keeps fighting these smaller guys. Perry's a big dude. He
He's a
fights
big guy,
fights at
and
185. Jeremy Stevens did most of his career at 145. but that's not as crazy as the difference between Jake Paul and Gervonta Davis. Gervonta Davis is a 135er. Jake Paul walks around at what, 215?
Yeah, at least 215.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's just
I
as
think
silly as
Davis hasn't fought in a while, so he's probably like 160, 170. But yeah, I mean, he's going to be way faster.
I don't think he's 170. He's not a large guy. It's just as ridiculous as Logan Paul and the Mayweather. But whatever. I mean, they're gonna milk this cow dry. So I guess power to him. Like, make your money.
He states that he walks around at 180 pounds.
Oh, we got some news here from.
Yeah, I know. It sucks.
All right, Tyler Fish says Ortega missed weight. Fight looks like it's off. Man, Ortega's had trouble with this in the past too, hasn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that
And
why Dan Ige had to come in on last minute
I
to
don't know
fight
that, but see, I
Lopez?
have the cage side press results up, and there are a lot of fighters that have weighed in. Aljamain and Ortega both have not weighed in yet. So I don't know if this Tyler streams ahead of
He
these
said.
results.
Oh, so the follow up comment. I was watching the Chinese stream.
I don't know
So
what that means.
well, it might be a little bit more ahead.
Hmm.
So
Well,
yeah,
they're all the way over in China. They should just go ahead and fight. I mean, come on.
well, it's
I
up
guess
to
it depends on how
Aljamain if
much he's
he's.
over.
It depends how much he missed by.
What sucks is I was just getting ready to, and you'll see in my pick, he's been over there for a good week, 2 weeks, and he looked lean and all right, but I guess he must be that much bigger. Or he
Yeah,
had some bad Chinese food. That's definitely possible.
yeah. He's sharing some dumplings with Marab. And then while we're now he's saying he's not 100% sure because the chat was in English, but the stream was in Chinese.
Were the numbers in Chinese too?
Yeah, that might look like a bigger number. Yeah, but speaking of missing weight, did you see Brian Battle got cut?
Yeah, that was in my notes. That's a shame. For some reason, always pulled for that guy. I don't know what he did to make me a fan, but I was.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like he comes from like a troubled past and has fought through a lot of adversity in his life and had to scratch and claw to get where he is and for whatever reason couldn't get the weight thing together. 2 misses in a row, and I imagine there was some other behind the scenes stuff that we may or may not ever find out about. Like
Yeah, he
maybe
doesn't
he's
seem
hard
like
to
he's a
deal
big
with or
enough
something.
star that we're gonna have breaking news.
What's that?
No, I said he's not big enough that we're gonna get a follow up. He's just gonna
Yeah.
hopefully land somewhere or socked away a little bit of money.
Yeah. He'll end up in PFL or bare knuckle, something like that. All right, you want to get into the Shanghai card since we kind of
Yeah, we
touched
might
on
as well
it?
do the only because we covered most of the news except I saw that Frankie Edgar is making his BKFC debut October 4th
Yeah, I don't love that.
versus Jimmy Rivera. I don't know who that is.
Jimmy Rivera, he fought in the UFC.
Yeah, but he just doesn't come right to mind.
Yeah. He had a good run in the UFC. I don't even really know what happened to him, but he's been having a pretty good run in bare knuckle too. I hope Frankie's making a good payday, and I hope he doesn't need the payday. I hope he's just, itching to compete. Frankie Edgar is one of my favorite fighters ever. So I would hate to see him in a position where he's like got to do something like this for money. I hope that's not the case. He seems like an intelligent guy.
Hopefully, it's just been like 2 years since he's fought, and he just got the itch, and they
Mhm.
came with a good amount of money. So they're like,
Opportunity came up. It's going to be in Jersey. So
yeah, I remember the Sandhagen fight. After that, I was done. I wasn't interested in seeing anymore.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But I mean, he had a great career. Just got inducted to the Hall of Fame. Less than a year ago. So I mean, hopefully he does well. Hopefully it's a one and done.
Well, so yeah, let's talk about this
Yeah.
short
So
6 a.m. card.
oh, is it 6 a.m. on Saturday?
Yeah.
Damn. What time does the main card start?
I think it's 6 a.m.
Oh shit. All right.
Main card, 6 a.m. Yeah. Prelims, 3 a.m. So it's entirely possible that you can wake up, pour a coffee, and watch Survey Pavlovich just try to knock somebody's head off before you even make breakfast for your daughter.
It sounds like a good day to me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be away this weekend again. So, yeah, have a little coffee and wake up and watch the fight. Sounds like a nice start to the day. I didn't even know that. That's how out of touch I am. You would think I'm like an MMA podcaster or something. I'd be
That's why I'm here.
yeah, you're like my eyes and ears on the streets, and I just react to
I
whatever
got my ear to the
information.
streets. Still no update with the. It's. Oh man, that's gonna piss me off.
All right. Well, hopefully the news comes in before we wrap up here. But first fight on the main card: Sumaderji and Kevin Borjas. The main card is going to be thinned out a little. I don't think they're going to fly Dan Ige in to to step in on this one, unless he happens to be in China. Yeah. So Sumaderji, Kevin Borjas. You got a dog in this fight?
Sumadarji is minus 180. Kevin is plus 150. Sumadarji has problems with guys that can like to go for the submissions, and this doesn't seem to be in Borja's playbook.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I'm gonna, take the favorite.
Take the favorite. Yeah.
And he's a hometown boy.
I got to tell you, I hope that Michelle Pereira and Kyle Dawkins get bumped up to the main card now. If the Aljo fight and Ortega fight doesn't happen.
It's weird. MMA Junkie's not even covering this.
We're gonna have to rely on old Tyler Fish.
They're not even covering the weigh-ins. That's odd.
Are these weigh-ins even happening right now?
I mean, it sounds right.
Check Cage Side Press. They're on top of this shit. Shout out to Cage Side Press, my buddy Eddie Law. Doing an awesome job running that. He was doing media in Chicago this past weekend. He had some great questions in the press conferences. He's killing it right now. All right, so Sergey Pavlovich and Waldo Cortez Acosta. So Pavlovich is a guy who, seemed like he was going to be a world beater at one point. And then, ran into Tom Aspinall and then had that close fight with Volkov. Bounced back with a win over Rosenstrike. But like after the knockout of Curtis Blades and Tai Tuivasa and Derek Lewis back to back, like I was thinking this guy was going to be, champion. Until Aspinall obliterated him in 1:09. And, Cortez Acosta is a good fighter, but, he's on a 5-fight win streak right now. Pretty impressive at heavyweight. Hasn't fought a lot of big names. He has a win over Ryan Spann, who, had moved up from light heavyweight. Arlovsky, who is, kind of at the tail end of his career. only one loss in the UFC against De Lima. So, man, the odds are kind of tough for this one. I would think, based on the recent records, I would think it would either be even money or Cortez Acosta's a slight favorite. Maybe a minus 180.
Sergey's a huge favorite at minus 258.
Okay. Shows what I know. I mean, I think Sergey's going to win, but I'm just trying to think like an odds maker.
Well, the way I looked at this is well, first, get this out of the way. Salsa Boy is one of the silliest fight names ever. Like, I don't even want to touch that.
Yeah.
But when I see that guy's name in my mind, I'm like, oh, that guy's tough. But then you go look at all his fights, and it's a lot of decisions.
Mm-hmm.
And Mr. Pavlovich doesn't like to go to decisions.
No, he does not.
So I'm going to have to go with the favorite again, and Sergey.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, he went to decision in his last fight, but you got to imagine this guy is reinvigorated. He's 33, which is like a spring chicken for heavyweight. So, yeah, I'm not mad at that pick. All right, let's talk about the co-main event as if it's going to happen. So, just so everyone is aware, to our knowledge, at this point in time, at 9:48 Eastern Standard Time on Thursday, August 21st, this fight is still on. Brian Ortega.
It's still on, and some random guy named Tyler online told us that it's not.
Yeah. We're just gonna. Well, we're taking.
No offense, Tyler. I'm glad to have you here, but if you're trolling us,
thanks for stirring the pot, Tyler.
Yeah.
So Ortega has had a rough go of it. I mean, the Yair Rodriguez win was impressive. You know, he sprained his ankle or whatever in the opening moments of the fight, and came back and got the submission win. But lost 3 of his last 4. Has lost 4 of his last 6. Now, granted, he's fighting top shelf competition. Diego Lopez in his last fight. Then he had the loss to Yair. He had the loss to Volkanovski, who's the sitting champ, and a loss to Max Holloway. So that's nothing to hang your head about. But Aljamain has looked good since moving up to featherweight. I think it's a good move for him. I mean, he was always a big bantamweight, and I know the plan was always for him to move up eventually and kind of get out of Merab's way. He's coming off of that loss against Evloev, but he looked good against Calvin Kattar. So was Aljo a slight favorite in this?
Well, so this is a fight I never even thought about happening, but that's because it's like I'm a very big Ortega fan, and I love anything associated with Coach Longo.
Mm-hmm.
And I just never thought of them fighting, but it's such a good fight. Like, we could see some really cool grappling. If this happens, like, it could be a really good fight.
Yeah.
And I would lean towards, in this state of their career, I would lean towards Sterling. But then I look at the odds. The odds are plus 250 Ortega and minus 310 for Sterling.
Yeah, I figured he would be a favorite. I wouldn't think it would have been that much of a favorite. It's interesting because Ortega's got very good grappling. He's got that classic, Gracie style, and Aljamain Sterling's kind of got his own, funky style of jiu-jitsu.
Well, Ortega's got the Gracie. He's going to be throwing up. He throws up submissions all the time. Where Aljamain has got more of a game where he fights a positional battle to just which can make a great grappling match.
Yeah, for sure. And who knows? This fight might have been contested on the feet. I mean, both of these guys can strike. Sometimes when you have 2 high-level grapplers, it ends up being a striking match. And, the matchup makes sense. I mean, Sterling's ranked number 7 right now, Ortega's number 5, so, um, unless, Arnold Allen can get on a plane right now, um, but in any case,
Yeah, I
so,
don't know how far Shanghai is. Did they fly some UFC fighter from Thailand over there quick enough?
I mean, Arnold Allen's in England, right?
I think that's a long way, man. What I don't know.
Crazier things have happened. So you're going with Ortega then at
Yeah, I
underdog
got to
money?
take Ortega, and the thing I'm dealing with now is, do I switch up to Ortega by submission to go to plus 800?
That's a tough call. Has Aljamain ever been submitted? No, he hasn't.
Okay, we'll just keep it regular.
Has Aljamain ever been out grappled? I mean, he submitted Corey Sanhagen.
No, I think Aljamain is going to win this fight.
Oh, okay. You're just playing the odds.
But we're here to make money, and there's no money to be made off Aljamain.
That's fair. All right.
So I'm betting with my heart. That's who I want to win.
All right. Main event, Mingyang Zhang, the Mountain Tiger. That's not a bad nickname.
Yeah, much better than Salsa Boy.
Much. I'd rather be the Mountain Tiger.
We skipped over Funk Master. That's not they don't appreciate that name, but that's a pretty good one.
Yeah. I mean, it works for him.
And T-City works the same too.
Yeah.
I don't know what it means. But
solid nicknames. Not like, was it last week or the week before we had all the week nicknames? Those 2 weeks
last
ago.
week.
It was last week?
Is it Iceman, Hands of Steel? Or maybe it was 2 weeks ago.
What was the one we were really shitting on?
Fluffy, Jamaican, Overkill, Touchy, Chapo, your boy.
Your boy.
Was it that? I have all my notes here.
I don't know. I remember there was 1 week though we were really just shitting on the nicknames.
It might have been somebody on the prelims.
All right, so Zhang just coming off of retiring Anthony Smith back in April. Johnny Walker, fun fighter to watch. Great, very skilled, but 2 losses in a row to Volkan Ozdemir and Ankalaev, the sitting champ. Also has a win over Anthony Smith, win over Paul Craig, win over Ion Cutelaba, and then a loss to the former champ Jamal Hill, and a loss to Thiago Santos before that, former title challenger, I should say. I got to think Zhang is a slight favorite here.
Big favorite, minus 355.
Okay. Yeah, Johnny Walker, from a betting perspective, is worrisome because he's inconsistent. You don't know if you're going to see the crazy flying knees or if you're going to see him like be a little bit
do
more
the worm and blow his shoulder.
Yeah, blow his shoulder out after the fight. But he definitely has the explosiveness and the power to finish this fight, I think. So at underdog money, he's not a bad bet, but it's your dollar. So tell me which piggy bank
this
it's
is the main event, and it's only 4 fight card, so it's going to be a double bet.
Okay.
And Johnny Walker you're right, he's not reliable. But when he is reliable is when his back's up against the wall and he knows he's got to get his shit together. And I was cruising his social media tonight. This guy's been in China for a month. On his YouTube channel, he's produced. The news is not good. He's produced a 6-episode thing of this camp. He looks ripped. He's made weight. That's unfortunate. God damn it.
Yeah, now we got an update from Lil, who says Ortega passed out or something. No weights posted for him and Sterling. You're gonna work on confirming this?
Yeah, I've been working on it, but I don't see anything. This Lil might be Tyler Fish. You son of a bitch. But it is weird. They don't. It's a updated weigh-in thing, and
I mean, we've got two sources right now telling us.
yeah, Tyler Fish and Lil. I think we could get a warrant with that much proof.
Yeah. I mean, let's get Dana on the phone.
Hold on.
Go ahead, bring him in the call.
I have to get better sound effects.
Just play the Henry Cejudo one.
Okay, I got that.
That's my favorite.
Henry, you know who I'm talking about? Henry Cejudo. Henry.
I think that's like we're the only ones that I've never heard that soundbite anywhere else.
Lil said to check MMA Mania. That's, Trump's had a lot of funny one-liners. Say what you will about the guy. I'm not going to get political here, but that's just my favorite. Because Cejudo was like so happy to be there, and as he should. Olympic gold medalist. He's represented his country. He gets introduced by the president, but just Henry, and you could tell he was stalling because he wasn't sure about the name. You know who I'm talking about?
Henry Cejudo.
Cejudo.
Okay, I don't see it. I just see that yes, there's no weights posted. It's not good. Something else looking through the news. This is how well the other leagues are doing. PFL is having their live world championship card right now.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I mean, I'm on SureDog right now. There's ads for it all over the place. I didn't even. Oh yeah, live now on ESPN Plus.
Yeah, they're on the co-main, like the co-main event right now, and I don't even know who in the hell those guys are.
I'll be getting rid of ESPN Plus in a few months. I'll tell you that much.
I won't for football, but man, and they go, why didn't
foosball?
They're getting pissed at Francis for not showing up. Well, why would he? We didn't even know they had their championship going on.
Yeah. Yeah,
and it's 2 hours away from us. It's at Seminole Hard Rock Casino.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like they could have hey, you should probably advertise to Florida.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything.
There might be the problem is that the main event is a guy named Fabian Edwards versus Dalton Rasta. Who the hell's that?
I have no idea, but I know the co-main event has Shoeface, who was in the UFC for a pretty good while. Carlos Jr.
Still not seeing anything about the.
Anyway, if this fight is off, well, who would you like to see moved up to the main card?
Some Chinese guy, because there's not enough Chinese guys on this main card in China.
So we could do Zhu Rong and Austin Hubbard. That might be main card worthy. My vote is for Michelle Pereira and Kyle Dawkins. I wouldn't mind.
Oh man, I know you've said it, but it just didn't register till I saw his picture. Yeah, like what the hell is he doing there? He could put that as a co-main event. That's fine.
I'd be okay with that. Where has Kyle Dawkins been?
Apparently in China.
Yeah, he's just been hanging out in China, waiting for a Shanghai.
Like, hey man, you want to fight? He hasn't fought since December 22.
No. Kyle Dawkins?
Yeah, that's what Google says.
No, he fought in. So he was cut from the UFC, went on a 4-fight win streak in CFFC.
Oh, that's because Google is biased and they don't count Any
Yeah,
fights
so
other.
his last fight in the UFC was December 2022, and now he's on a 4-fight win streak with 3 finishes in CFFC. So I guess that punched his ticket back to the UFC. What are the odds on this one? You have that handy?
Yeah.
Because this is a pretty interesting fight, I gotta say. I mean, Pereira coming off of back-to-back losses, but
Kyle Dock is plus 220.
yeah, that sounds about right. I do like Pereira at middleweight.
I like pay any weight. He's a fun fighter to watch.
Yeah, he is. He's must-see TV.
Or he's, as Josh Thompson would say, just not much fight IQ. Like he just does.
Yeah, but that's entertaining.
Yeah, it's entertaining. Michael Chandler, not very high fight IQ, but
Yeah, you're
don't miss
tuning
his
in.
fight.
Yeah. Mike Perry.
Cowboy.
We do have an undefeated fighter on the card, Lonair Kavanaugh, fighting Charles Johnson. Yeah, I mean, not much else going on the prelims.
Yeah, it's a China card. I'm shocked that they don't have more Chinese people on there.
Yeah. But, you know, it's a global empire.
It's a global empire, but I mean, it's like when they go to Abu Dhabi, every fight has a Abu Dhabi fighter on there. Like,
Yeah.
China's a big place. You think they have a lot of fighters, but who knows? But man, I hope all our fans are wrong, but I highly doubt it. Because if these guys are into MMA enough to be watching us retards, they're probably got there.
I mean, Tyler Fish and Lil have never steered us wrong in the past.
Yep, man.
So there's
Sounds
that.
like an Ortega. It sounds, but if somebody tells you that story, hey, this happened, you're like, okay, probably, yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
And-
like when I read the first comment, I'm like, yeah, that probably happened.
And, you know, it may not be that he was out of shape or anything like that. It could just be like some kind of, you know, medical thing. Like it just,
Or
you know,
you're just in China, man. You know, confused. If this is true, I'm glad that Ray Longo made the decision to not go to China, because how bad would it be if Longo went all the way to China for this to happen?
Well, you know, after his last experience traveling overseas, I don't blame him either.
Yeah, he's overseas now. He's in Turks and Caicos.
Yeah, I mean, but he's not having rockets fired over his head over there.
Yeah.
Where did he get stuck? He got stuck in Italy.
Was it Italy or Amsterdam?
No, he was in Italy.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't think there's many other people I'd rather get stuck in the airport with other than Ray Longo. Though that would be I've never met the guy, but I imagine it'd be a hoot.
Meeting Ray Longo is one of the coolest experiences of my MMA career. When I went up there and went on his podcast, RIP, the MMA and Beyond podcast.
Man, I miss that. That's probably been gone for 5 years now.
He was so cool and welcoming. Like I was just some nobody. And I was friends with the guys he did the podcast with, but he welcomed me like I was family. And then after the podcast was over, we sat and talked for over an hour. And he was just like he was like everything you would think he would be. Like I can't say enough good things about the guy. You know, it was just like the gym was closed. He had me, there's like an upper level of the gym where they would record the podcast, and he was up there. And we were just hanging out, and he was really cool.
Yeah, I'm always down to hang out with the grumpy old man. Like that's my people. He just seems like a fun guy.
Yeah, I should reach out to him and see if he'd be willing to come on here at some point. Like I feel like he would, but I hate bothering people, you
Mm,
know.
As long as
And
you don't, I don't think you could reach out, ask him for 10 minutes. That's all. 10 minutes would be fun. You can ask him a bunch of questions, and I'll come with one stupid one at the end. But you know, yeah, I agree. He seems like a guy that would, and not only do it, but he would be like, "All right, I'll talk to you for an hour." Like as long as the
yeah,
conversation, he's just a cool guy.
yeah. Oh, we could easily talk to him for an hour if he'd be willing to. All right. Y- I got to start booking more guests. I got to get
Yeah,
more
we
on
need
top
some
of this.
guests.
Yeah.
Speaking of guests, do you need guests for the next 2 weeks?
Oh, that's right. You're gonna be MIA. I should get back to doing like just regular episodes besides this too. Ever since we started doing this, I've been lazy about doing the Sunday episodes. That just
Well,
kind of went out the
next
window.
week is a natural off week because the UFC is off,
Okay, so
and
um,
then the 6th.
maybe I'll get an interview for next week then.
Yeah, and then the following week, I'll be sitting in a Airbnb with Wi-Fi at that point, so maybe we can
All right.
talk about this terrible card
Well, let me know.
coming up.
Play it by ear. Bring a bottle of whiskey with you, and
Yeah, but if
we'll,
you book Ray Longo without me, don't do that, please.
okay. All right. I'll wait for you to bring Longo on. Longo, if you're listening, John Anik, if you're listening, we want Longo.
Get John Anik on. You can do the John Anik one.
I mean,
I think I would just annoy him.
John Anik. He does follow me on Instagram. Um,
I really think Josh Thompson's the one that if you want to interview. I think because he does it all the time.
yeah, yeah, I should reach out to Josh. I've been a fan of his career. I'd have a lot of questions for him.
He's like the OG. He's in the same group to me as Poirier, Josh Thompson, like the good guy, like like this is the all around good, nice guy fighter. It's
Yeah,
good at what he does,
yeah. Like
doesn't talk shit,
has a persona of being a little,
cocky,
yeah,
but that's okay because he's a nice cocky
yeah,
guy,
yeah, yeah. He likes to talk some shit and but in a fun way.
and not disrespectful, really. Just
All right. Let me ask anybody who's listening to this. I want you I'm not the press the like and subscribe button guy. But leave a comment if you want to see somebody on this show. Um, I'll take the top like 3 responses and I'll do a poll and we'll run it from there and we'll get some guests going on here again. It's been a while. I don't even remember who the last guest I had on was.
it was the PKFC guy, the
Which
guy
one?
with the booze from Indiana.
Oh, Chris Lytle. Yeah, I think Chris Lytle might have been the last interview I did. That was a fun one. I would definitely talk to him again. He's another OG of MMA.
Yeah,
Um,
there's another reason why I need to talk to him because somebody needs to get to the bottom of the Dave Mundell, Mike Perry problem.
yeah. We know what the answer is. It's a money thing. Dave is the best guy on the roster, but um, he's not a household name yet, unfortunately.
Well,
And
the only way you make him a household name is make him fight a household name.
that's fair. And I think it needs to happen. Like, I've been vying for it for years. So, and you have
It
too.
really
So,
does brings down the the the. It's so obvious what's going on that it makes you question the other choices that they make. Like, if you want have an organization that has a champion, which I also am totally fine with, an organization that doesn't want champions.
Mm-hmm.
You just want the best fights. But if you're gonna have champions, don't make them fake champions.
Yeah.
And don't, okay, well, we'll make a what do they call it? The king of violence bullshit. You know?
Yeah. Stupid. But, you know, it works. Like they're continuing to grow. They're going worldwide now. You know, they've had events in Italy. They're going to be going, you know, to other parts of the world in 2026. So, you know, you can't fully knock what they're doing, but yeah, it definitely devalues the title when you have a number one contender who won't fight the champion, and you keep finding them smaller guys to fight with bigger names.
Yeah, here we go. We'll end the show with this, and this is just what I was talking about. Just moments ago, UFC featherweight title challenger Brian Ortega failed to make weight in his highly anticipated co-main event.
Damn.
Though officially allowed to tip the scales at 146 pounds, Ortega never made it to the scales.
Damn. So
Perhaps
the
we
fight's
should have expected this.
If he just got on the scale, we could have still had a fight, but it's not going to happen, huh?
Nope.
Damn it. I was only going to have one drink tonight, Matt. But
that's what sucks. Is this was the fight? This was the fight. This card's not worth watching, really. I mean, I'll put it on. I have a day off Saturday, so I'll watch it.
I mean, look, if I got a puppy now, so if the puppy wakes me up at 7 a.m. on Saturday, I'll throw it on while I have my coffee.
Oh no, this card just changed from okay, I've got to be up at, I got to make sure I'm up at 7:30 because the fight, the Ortega fight's going to happen. But to now, like, I'll just sometime throughout the day, I'll
catch the highlights.
Yeah. But man, that's not good. It's not a good thing that, everyone knows that he was like, that fight was the important fight on this card.
Oh yeah.
He just fucked up.
That was the selling point for me as well. Now I'm bummed out, but at least I got a little puppy to put to bed now.
So. Yeah, where's the puppy sleeping?
We got like a little like not a crate, but just like a fence in our bedroom and I put a blanket over the top.
What, are you scared to tell people you put your dog in a crate?
No, I'm just saying it's not a crate.
Oh,
like I think we are going to crate trainer. We just haven't gotten one. We've been like, my problem is I like over research things. So
I never had that idea.
Of what?
That you guys over research things. Never thought that. I've never had. Oh man,
it's just me. So the wife over researches things like in her personal life, but when it comes to like buying stuff, she'll just buy it and then find out if it works. Like me, I'll obsess over spending money on something, and then I won't do it until I'm completely positive. Like, if I'm gonna get like a new lawnmower or something, I'm gonna go back and forth, and I'll narrow it down to like 2 models, and I'll go back and forth on them for weeks, and then I'll finally purchase a lawnmower. It's just, I don't know. It's just how I'm wired.
I got an idea. How about you don't buy a dog crate. You instead spend thousands of dollars to build a dog room.
A dog room?
Yeah, just like your chicken coop.
I did toy with the idea of building a dog crate.
I knew. You can't help yourself.
No, I can't. I just have.
You should have just mentioned dog crate, and I would have got you Darce's puppy one. I got right in the damn 10 feet from us.
Oh man, I could have picked it up today.
They could have had it. Yeah, but
Well,
I'm happy for you guys. You definitely need Ariana needs a companion. She'll be able to learn how to take care of somebody. You know,
yeah.
you
I,
guys get a nice thing to pet on the couch, and she's a cutie. And she
yeah.
seems to have a very nice demeanor for being
Yeah.
so young.
Yeah. She's definitely a very chill dog, and she likes to play, but she's not annoying about it.
Yeah,
Yet.
you got a long time. You've raised a child. I haven't. You got a while till you see that dog's real personality. But
Oh, for sure. But yeah, it's definitely been like the missing link in the house for a while. It's nice to have a dog around again. It's going to be a lot of work, but the school year just started, so we're adjusting to a new routine. So why not, as we're getting back into a routine like train a puppy, it's probably the best time because with school starting, we're the most regimented we'll ever be for a couple of weeks. So
yeah, it was nice. It was a nice surprise. I know you sent me the picture earlier this week, and I was like, I wonder if Bill's there. And like when I pulled in, I didn't see your truck, and I was like, oh, he's not there anymore. And then I opened the door, and there's a puppy in my face. I'm like, okay, this is a good, way to
yeah,
get home.
yeah. No, I parked in the guest spot like I was supposed to.
Yeah, well, most people don't do that, but
I thought about it. I was like, I'm just gonna be stopping in for a minute, but then I was like, no, I don't want some.
yeah,
I
it
don't
was
want
nice to
somebody.
see you guys. Thanks for the bottle. You got to let me know what I owe you.
You
The
owe
egg
me.
shot was nice.
Just laugh at some more of my jokes, and we'll call it even.
I didn't. I haven't had any any bubble gut in the last hour, so I'd say we're good.
Yeah, I guess
And
the eggs are safe. I mean, I raised some healthy chickens, I think.
yeah, I know that's probably the most expensive egg I've ever had in my life.
And I haven't even had one yet.
Yeah, I don't know what you're waiting on. Maybe
I'll have one for breakfast tomorrow. I'll let you know
we
how it
better
is.
have two.
Yeah, I'll have a couple. Yeah,
Yeah, a
I like.
couple.
I eat like 3 or 4 eggs a day.
Yeah.
So
So yeah. So what? Why haven't you ate one of them yet?
well, I was waiting on the wife. So the wife insisted we had to have a dozen first, and then she wanted to take like a picture of them in an egg carton. So I was like, fine, we'll wait. And then yesterday, she's like, I got home, and she's like, I ate 2 of the eggs. I was like, you made me wait all this time, and you didn't even eat them with me.
Yeah.
But
Before you know, you're gonna be like texting guys like, "Hey, you need some eggs?"
yeah, well, I'll send them your way. We'll do some more egg shot bets.
Egg shots, and I eat a lot of eggs.
Yeah, I used to eat a lot. I was eating like 6 a day at one point. But I cut it down to 3 or 4. But now that I have an unlimited supply, I'll probably be eating more of them.
Yeah, and it's food you made.
Yeah, pretty cool thing. All right, so we'll end on a high note after all. Puppies and chicken eggs. So let me know in the comments, who you guys want to see on the show. I'll definitely try and be more diligent about booking some interviews. I do know a lot of people in the MMA world. It may not seem like it, but I'm pretty well connected, so I can get a hold of some people. So let me know who you want to see. That's all we got. We may or may not be back next week. Until next time. Oh, and the MMA on the Rocks glasses and hats and shirts, new shirts will be available probably in the next week or two. I'll keep you guys posted. Make sure you're following on Instagram is where I'm most active, but I'm on TikTok and all that shit. But that's all we got. Until next time. Cheers, everybody. Goodbye.